Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. If this continues, it's over. If this is the new image of the Democrat Party, then the question is, how can this party ever survive? You know, this photo is probably going to be used on the thumbnail, so might as well bring it up here right now in the intro. Yeah, this reaction here from our friend Scott Jennings at CNN pretty much tells you all that you need to know. This is the facial expression of a person who cannot believe what they just heard. Or probably a better way to describe it, this is the face of an average person when met with the latest and greatest in Democrat rhetoric. The Democrat Party is a dumpster fire currently rolling down the streets. I mean, these people don't get it. And I think the last 2 days might be the most embarrassing of this entire election season. And yes, election aftermath still counts. Let me show you guys exactly what the big left-wing brains at CNN have come up with as their latest genius talking point relating to this Hunter Biden situation. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so what was the talking point yesterday? Oh yeah, it was something along the lines of Hunter Biden is actually just a victim. He's a victim of political persecution, supposedly from his own father's DOJ.
The only reason that Hunter Biden was gone after and charged, indicted, and found guilty was because his name wasn't Joe Smith, it was Hunter Biden.
Quote, if his name was Joe Smith and not Hunter Biden, he would have never been charged, right? And so Joe Biden was left with no choice. His administration was so focused and hellbent on going after his own son, so Joe Biden had to step in and do something about it. Now, that was one of the dumbest arguments I think I had ever seen come out of the left, and it was obvious, or I guess it remains obvious, that the left is literally going to say anything to defend their own people. But anyways, bad talking point, backfired spectacularly. Throughout the news day, I mean, they just looked horrible. And well, today it's another one of those hold my beer moments, because they're building on the latest talking point. They've developed it, actually. They merged it with an election talking point, and it's just the dumbest, cringiest thing I think I've ever seen in my life.
But wasn't, to Scott's point, I mean, wasn't it a lie? I mean, you can defend it, but wasn't it a lie that he was not going to pardon him?
No, I believe the circumstances have changed. I think that we now have a president coming into office who's talking about firing squads, who's talking about running people around the country and making sure that everyone who's his enemy is going to be punished. And Hunter Biden lied about his drug use on a government forum when he was buying a gun. And he failed to file and pay taxes when he was a drug addict. He paid back those taxes with interest. Donald Trump himself was indicted for 17 counts of criminal tax fraud, more than Hunter, and he's going to be the president of the United
11
States.
years.
So
You're missing a few things here. 11 years, full and unconditional pardon.
Yep. Do I even really need to explain it? Their defense of Hunter Biden and Joe Biden didn't really hit so hard yesterday, and so they've upped the ante, so to speak. They've brought in the brightest thinkers in the world of left-wing politics, one of them being Politics Girl. Yeah, this lady. Don't even get me started on Politics Girl, please, I'd rather not. But anyways, a bright thinker of this Democrat movement, and she's come up with the latest angle, I guess let's call it the Rachel Maddow angle. Joe Biden had to pardon his son because the circumstances had changed so much, which of course justifies the hypocrisy. But the biggest justification here is that Joe Biden had to protect his son from Donald Trump, who was promising, quote, firing squads for his political opponents. Oh man, I mean, oh man, I have an actual headache. That is the literal most insane talking point I think I have ever been exposed to. Now, it's insane, but of course it's not exactly surprising. But to be honest, I'm kind of frustrated at myself because I should have predicted this one a couple days ago. I mean, it's right back to square one. The Democrats prove why they're the worst party in politics, why they're so deeply unpopular, and why it's all falling apart. And probably the craziest part, they're doubling down. Joe Biden had to pardon his son because now a fascist has taken over America, and Hunter Biden's life is literally in danger. I mean, these are just insane people. This is insane. I don't even know what to say, to be honest. I'm sitting here at a total loss for words because, you know, how do you respond to complete delusional insanity in any logical manner? I don't know what to say. What am I supposed to disprove this claim? Ooh, actually, Donald Trump never promised any such thing. I mean, do I even really need to go there? I don't think so. I don't want to get caught in the weeds with Democrats arguing these ridiculous totally insane, detached from reality points, I think you guys pretty much get it, and the topic should probably stick on. This political party is going to run itself into the frickin' ground as if it hasn't already. I mean, these are the people who are leading the conversation. These are the biggest faces and biggest names in left-wing politics. This lady over here, Politics Girl, is one of the biggest political content creators of the left. And this is what they've got. Constant fake news and outrage peddling. Essentially, the Democrat Party is the party of the Karen. Overly emotional, totally unhinged, constantly emoting, lying partisans. And if this is where the party's going, I mean, good luck. Seriously, good luck. Because the Democrat Party is now in a position where they clearly need to rebrand, but it seems almost what's happened is every normal, sane person has already left, jumped ship, and all that's left is Politics Girl and others like her. You know, who are these people really going to convince? That's what I'm asking. Because following their loss in 2024, I mean, I think if anything, things have gotten worse. The loss itself, Election Day, was bad. The fallout, I think, is even more embarrassing and more devastating for the party. The initial reaction that we saw from the left was angry and frankly racist and bigoted, attacking different voter groups for not essentially doing their political bidding, and now we're in just deranged conspiracy mode, just saying the most insane crap and being the most partisan possible in the hopes that it's going to do something. Well, it is doing something. It's collapsing their image in the public. Like I said in my previous video, you know, if I was the Democrats on this issue of pardoning Hunter Biden, I would avoid this topic entirely. You know, kind of like the top brass of the Democrat establishment is.
NBC News reported that the president and his top aides met this summer and decided two things: that they were going to keep this option open, but they were going to publicly maintain that they would not pardon Hunter Biden through statements from Joe Biden and statements from the White House press secretary. They had a meeting, they coordinated the lie, I guess for political purposes, and now that he's leaving office, he is going back on what he told the American people. This isn't simply changing your mind. This is just fulfilling what you always intended to do. No Republican is shocked that he is doing this. What I am shocked at is the duplicity of the President of the United States and his top aides to come together and form this lie and stick to it this entire time. We all knew it was ridiculous. Why would he have given such an oddly specific denial numerous times? What could it have possibly been?
Scott, I have no idea. All
Politics, corruption, partisanship, grifting. That's the answer.
The administration had an opportunity to investigate it. They could not verify the things that you're alluding to.
They verified. They tried to, and he got impeached over it. They impeached Donald Trump over the investigation that Hunter Biden has now gotten a pardon for.
You don't think...
Just a quick point of fact.
2 points.
The Department of Justice investigations, indictments into Hunter Biden, this has nothing to do with the Republican Party. They don't run the Justice Department. The Justice Department, as you might know, since you had been in the government at one time before you lost your race this year, is an agency of the executive branch. The Attorney General is appointed by the president. This is the Biden administration investigating, charging, and ultimately finding conviction of Hunter Biden. The Republican Party runs no investigation. This is an official DOJ action, is it not?
Well,
Just say yes.
They're coming with the no comment response. And I'd say that's probably the best strategy. But not everybody got the memo, especially not the talking heads, and they're doubling down. I mean, they're going hard on this one. And they've come up with this argument that Hunter Biden is a victim of his father's own DOJ.
I think that we now have a president coming into office who's talking about firing squads, who's talking about running people around the country and making sure that everyone who's his enemy is going to be punished.
They're making the argument that this was political lawfare attacking Hunter Biden coming from Joe Biden's own DOJ. How does that make any sense? And now it's supposedly an act of fatherly love protecting Hunter Biden from the vicious Donald Trump currently taking over. Insane, crazy, crazy. People are watching this stuff, and this is the reaction. I think the Democrat Party is in freefall. The MSNBC ladies, the ladies at The View, and, you know, the online voices like Politics Girl have clearly completely taken over the party. I think they're the only ones left, and it is just a complete monumental disaster. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys on this one. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.